Chapter 2, titled Information Systems, Concepts, and Management, really lays out the foundation of how information systems integrate everything within an organization and outside of the organization. Chapter 1 set the stage for the problem that we're facing, and Chapter 2 starts to show us how we're going to respond through some technology. You can read the chapter outline later. What I want to just show you in this short video is it describes an information system, gives you the definition of a computer-based information system. You can create an information system that is completely paper-based. A library, an old-fashioned library, is an information system. There's a method of collecting data, containing data, saving it. The old card catalog was a method of retrieving data. There was users, there was procedures, there was people. So that was an information system. That building was full of information, and there was a system of how the information got into that building and a system for how it came out. Well, now everything's computer-based. Even many libraries are going computer-based. Many of you probably access the library without ever setting foot within the library because we've added computers to the process. So it gives you the definitions of and components of a computer-based information system. Now when you take that and apply it within an organization, you've got all these different levels. At the very bottom of the screen here, and you'll see this slide in the text, you've got IT components, then you've got personnel that provides services across the board. The IT components, the hardware, is across the board in an organization. Then there are services that are across the board in an organization. Then there's transaction processing systems across the board in an organization, and enterprise resource planning systems across the board. And when I say across the board, I mean across functional areas, meaning that they support, as you see higher in the slide, accounting, marketing, finance, human resources. All the different functional areas of an organization are supported by technology. Now, many organizations, if you looked at the organizational structure, it would look like the technology department is another department within the company. But in fact, it is supporting the entire organization. And then even within the users that are divided by functional areas, on the left-hand side, you see different types of computer-based information systems. On the right-hand side, you see different type of users for the different types of information systems. So this chapter lays out how it works within an organization, and it also lays out technology outside your organization. So within your organization, you've got that triangle that we just talked about. But then you've got supply chains, you've got customer relationship management, you've got suppliers, you've got your business customers. So you've got payments coming in and out from your suppliers that you're making to your suppliers. You're receiving orders. You've got inventory, supply chain management. You've got so many things outside the organization that technology helps to organize. And that's what this chapter is about. Chapter 1, again, laid the foundation of where we fit in world history, the problems that we face around an organization. And this one really starts to get into the nuts and bolts a little bit of how the technology is used within the organization, sort of the structure of it, and outside the organization. Now, many of you may already be familiar with this. This may just simply be putting a formal outline or a formal map to the things you already see and the things you're already familiar with. But at least gives you a picture to kind of have in mind of the way things are laid out. And this, again, is building the foundation for the nuts and bolts of what we'll talk about through the semester, because we're going to get into some of these things in detail, but this gives you the forest, so that way when we're getting to the trees and we're talking about the individual pieces, you know where they fit in the big picture. So chapter 2 is really just an overview of technology inside and outside the organization. As you go through the rest of the slides and the rest of the chapter, you get into different ways of being competitive. They talk about Porter's competitive forces model. You can look at all this later, why information systems are important. So there's a lot more in the chapter, but that's sort of the basic gist of it.